Beyond those hills are the ancient watchtowers of Amazon.
You said you had a budget.
We shall be dwelling in the halls of my forefathers before nightfall. The eye will not penetrate us there.
Penetrate?
Come along, Mordor. We have many a league to travel before the west moon wanes.
It's Gimli, dickhead.
Now it is a requirement that we go through this. All mobile phones must be switched off. Coats and bags are to have been left at the front of the class. No pencil cases. Pens, pencils, etc. may be carried in a clear, see-through bag only. Handguns will be provided to those students who wish to end the misery now. I see Jacob's already beaten me to the punch. You have 2 hours. You may begin now.
Finally a task fitting my heroic propensities. Let's go!
Yeah, I'm not going, mate.
What do you mean you're not going?
I'm not going.
Why not?
Because I'm a Darwin.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute, love. What the hell has that got to do with anything?
I believe in evolution, right? The survival of the fittest. Now, that poor girl is going to be devoured by a pack of bloodthirsty orcs, and I feel for her, I do.
Well, come on then!
However, if she can't handle that situation, indeed, if she was foolish enough to get into that situation in the first place, then maybe it's best for evolution if she, doesn't survive to reproduce.
You know what, Legolas? Someone else had a very similar idea. You know what his name was?
It's got nothing to do with what Boromir was saying.
I'm not talking about fucking Boromir.
Ah, they're eating my face!
All I'm saying is that somewhere out there, there might be a damsel who'll be able to break free from those orcs, get herself a sword, and get to higher ground to compensate their advantage in numbers. I know I could.
Alright, so naturally, you join the Fellowship of the Ring. A great help on this quest you're going to be, aren't you? Listen, if you believe in natural selection, don't you think that creatures who nurture their young, warn off other predators and hunting packs are in fact the fittest, and thus attain dominant evolutionary characteristics?
Ah, my arms! They're
Evolution
eating my
favours the
arms
compassionate, Legolas. Compassion is the basis of all morality.
And my legs!
I never knew you read Schopenhauer.
Well, you never asked.
You know, Herbert Spencer argues that...
Yeah, that's really interesting, Gandalf.
So are we now able to rescue fair maidens from the clutches of evil cannibals?
Alright.
There's trouble at 8:30 tonight in the square as a familiar face returns to haunt Pat.
Well, 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 Pete. A long time no see, yeah.
Den? But I thought you've got no right being in the square, Den. No right.
Haven't I, Pete? I own the square.
DC Watkins is caught in a compromising situation at 9 o'clock.
Higgins? Oh, piss off, Watkins. You are scum, and I am going to nail you. Mark my words. Watkins! Do we have a... No, Sarge. I thought not. No. Go fill out your report.
And at 9:30, Robson Green stars in our 4-part drama, and indeed every 4-part drama until he dies of starring in too many BBC 4-part dramas. But first, it's back to these pricks.
later and a vagina.
How now, good fellows?
Where have you got that sandwich from?
Why, this is an end draft sandwich from Legoland. In the far off reaches of the universe.
Tesco's. You've got it from Tesco's.
No. Elrond?
Yeah, look, I know we're on fucking set and you're walking in with a fucking vacuum-packed fucking sandwich.
I think we've overdone the swearing actually, Graham.
Fuck you. This fucking whole fucking sketch is a load of shit anyway. Fucking been on my knees all fucking day! You're a twat! You're a twat! And you're a fucking wanker.
Well,
Fuck you.
Don't say fucking word.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, guys! Calm down. Oh, fuck.
I'm sick of being in every single sketch anyway.
Think so good, fucking write your own sketch.
I will!
In our bed. We need to get fucking Gimli back.
Now you remember my fucking name, don't you?
Right. So, today we will be discussing the posterior inferior iliac spine. Well, let's start with the spine. What is a spine? All that. A spine. We look at the second definition of spine, any or various short-pointed projections, processes, or appendages of bone. If we look at this diagram here, we see this here is a spine. This here is a spine, this is a spine, this is a crest, but this is a spine. Now, posterior, of course, meaning back. Inferior, meaning below. Below what? Well, below this one, the posterior superior iliac spine. And so, it is, all together now, all together, posterior inferior iliac spine. Posterior inferior iliac spine. It's the posterior inferior that makes me feel superior. Anterior inferior, but never obsolete, because anterior superior iliac is fine, but I prefer posterior inferior on mine.
Posterior inferior iliac spine. Posterior inferior iliac spine.
It's the posterior inferior that makes up the interior, not your peers nor careers. They're just droplets in an ocean. It appears after years of my trying to define. Posterior inferior sums me up every time. Posterior inferior plus iliac and spine. Come nearer than to own a pair of these. I am much clearer in my theory that I'm meant to reign supreme. As I embark, I'm fucked unless I keep in mind those majestic little features at the bottom of my spine. Posterior, inferior, plus iliac and spine.